Right now, at this very moment, someone in your life is destroying you. Not with fists, not with screams, not with obvious attacks, but slowly, silently, from the inside. And the terrifying part? You have no idea it's happening. You wake up exhausted. You feel drained for no reason. You've lost pieces of yourself you can't even name. And you keep asking, what's wrong with me? But here's the dark truth. Nothing is wrong with you. Something is wrong with them. Someone has crawled inside your mind, your energy, your soul, and they're eating you alive from within. Today, we expose the 9 psychological signs that someone is slowly destroying you from the inside. By the end of this video, you'll finally see what's been hidden in plain sight, and you'll know exactly who's been doing this to you. Stay until the end. The final sign will shock you. Let's begin. Welcome back to Psyvenix. If you're new here, this is where we expose the darkest truths about human psychology. The things nobody wants to talk about. The things that control your life without you knowing. So hit that subscribe button right now. What you're about to learn could save your life. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like something is eating you from the inside? Not physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like there's a slow poison running through your veins, and you can't figure out where it's coming from? Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back? Have you ever felt exhausted, even after doing nothing? If you answered yes, you're not crazy. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're being destroyed from the inside by someone you know. The ancient Stoics understood this danger. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts and the company it keeps." He knew that the wrong person can poison your entire existence without ever raising a hand. This video will reveal the 9 psychological signs someone is destroying you, why you can't see it happening, who in your life is most likely doing this, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. This is dark psychology. This is uncomfortable truth, but you need to hear this. Let's expose them. Sign number 1. You feel exhausted around them, even when nothing happened. This is the first and most subtle sign. Pay close attention. Have you ever spent time with someone and afterwards felt completely drained? No argument happened. No drama occurred. Nothing obviously negative. But somehow, you feel like you just ran a marathon. Your energy is gone. Your motivation disappeared. You feel heavy, tired, empty. This isn't normal tiredness. This is psychological extraction. Dark psychology reveals that certain people are what we call energy parasites. They don't take your money. They don't steal your possessions. They steal something far more valuable, your life force. Here's how it works. These people have learned, consciously or unconsciously, to feed off the emotional energy of others. When you're around them, they're constantly pulling from you. Your enthusiasm, your happiness, your peace. They absorb it like a sponge, and you feel the loss, but you can't explain it. The Stoic philosopher Seneca warned about this. He wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those who you are capable of improving." The process is mutual. Notice what he said, mutual. A healthy relationship gives and takes. But a destroyer? They only take. Think about the people in your life right now. After spending time with each person, how do you feel? Energized? Inspired? Happy? Or drained? Empty? Exhausted? Your body knows the truth. Your energy doesn't lie. If someone consistently leaves you feeling depleted, that's not coincidence. That's sign number 1. If you already have someone in mind, drop a fire in the comments. You don't have to name them, but I want to know, is this hitting home? Now, the next sign goes even darker. Sign number 2. You constantly apologize, even when you've done nothing wrong. This sign is devastating, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Think about this honestly. Do you find yourself saying sorry all the time? Sorry for having an opinion. Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for existing. When someone is slowly destroying you from inside, they make you feel like your very existence is a burden. Like you're always in the way. Like you're always too much or not enough. Like everything you do is wrong. And over time, you start apologizing for being alive. This is called identity erosion. Dark psychology shows that destroyers systematically break down your sense of self. They do this through subtle criticism, never direct attacks, just small comments that chip away at your confidence. Impossible standards. No matter what you do, it's never good enough. Emotional inconsistency. One day they love you. Next day you're worthless. You never know where you stand. And slowly, without realizing it, you start believing you're the problem. You start apologizing for everything. You start shrinking yourself to make them comfortable. This is exactly what they want. Because a person who apologizes for existing is a person who's easy to control. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius understood this manipulation. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." The destroyer exploits this. They make their opinion of you more important than your opinion of yourself, and you lose yourself in the process. If you've become someone who apologizes constantly, if you feel guilty for having needs, if you feel like a burden just for being you, someone has programmed this into you, and that someone is destroying you from the inside. Sign number 3. Your confidence has disappeared, and you don't know where it went. This is one of the most heartbreaking signs. Think back. There was a time when you believed in yourself, when you had dreams, when you felt capable. Maybe it was years ago. Maybe it was just before you met a certain person. But now, that confidence is gone. You second-guess everything. You don't trust your own decisions. You feel small, weak, incapable. And the worst part? You can't pinpoint when it happened. It didn't disappear overnight. It was stolen from you, piece by piece, day by day. This is the work of a psychological destroyer. Dark psychology reveals a tactic called confidence assassination. It works like this. The destroyer never directly attacks your confidence. That would be too obvious. Instead, they use subtle weapons. Backhanded compliments. "You look nice today," for once. Doubt seeds. "Are you sure you can handle that?" Comparison poison. "Why can't you be more like them?" Memory manipulation. "That never happened. You're imagining things." Each comment seems small, harmless, easy to dismiss. But over months, over years, these tiny cuts bleed you dry. And one day you wake up, and the confident person you used to be is dead. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And the destroyer knows this. They don't need to destroy your confidence directly. They just need to plant seeds of doubt in your imagination. Your own mind does the rest. If you've lost confidence and can't explain why, if you used to be bold but now feel small, if you no longer trust yourself, someone planted those seeds. And they're still inside you, growing, destroying. We're only on sign 3, and already the truth is painful. If this is resonating with you, hit the like button right now. Let me know I should keep exposing these dark truths. Now, the next sign is something almost no one talks about. Sign number 4. You've become isolated, and you didn't even choose it. Look at your life right now. How many close friends do you have? How often do you see your family? How connected do you feel to the world? Now compare that to before you met that person, before that relationship, before that friendship. If your social circle has shrunk, if you feel alone even when surrounded by people, if the people who loved you have somehow disappeared, this didn't happen by accident. A destroyer isolates you deliberately, because isolation makes you weak, dependent, controllable. Dark psychology calls this social pruning. Here's how it works. The destroyer slowly cuts you off from everyone who could help you. They create conflict between you and your friends. Did you know what they said about you? They make you feel guilty for spending time with others. "I guess I'm not important enough for you." They convince you that nobody else understands you. "Only I really know you. Everyone else is fake." And one by one, the people in your life disappear. Not because they stopped caring, but because the destroyer engineered it. And now you're alone, completely dependent on the very person who's destroying you. This is psychological warfare. Epictetus taught, "No person is free who is not master of themselves." But how can you be master of yourself when you have no one left to reflect your reality? When you're isolated, you only hear one voice, their voice. And their voice tells you that you're worthless, that you need them, that you can't survive without them. If you look around and realize you're alone, if the people who loved you have somehow vanished, if your world has shrunk to just one person, you didn't choose this. You were engineered into this prison, and the destroyer holds the only key. Sign number 5. You feel like you're going crazy, but you're not. This is perhaps the darkest sign of all. Have you ever had an experience that you know happened, but someone convinced you it didn't? Have you ever felt a certain emotion that you know is valid, but someone made you feel insane for feeling it? Have you ever trusted your own perception, only to have someone completely rewrite your reality? This is called gaslighting, and it's the most dangerous weapon a destroyer uses. Dark psychology defines gaslighting as the systematic manipulation of someone's perception of reality. Here's how it works. You say, "You hurt me when you said that." They say, "I never said that. You're imagining things." You say, "I saw you do that." They say, "That never happened. Something is wrong with your memory." You say, "I feel like you don't care about me." They say, "You're being crazy. No one would put up with you like I do." Over and over, your reality is denied. Your feelings are invalidated. Your memory is questioned. And slowly, you start to wonder, am I crazy? You're not. But they need you to think you are. Because you're being gaslighted. And the person doing it is slowly destroying you from inside. This is hard to hear. I know. But someone needed to tell you this. Share this video with someone who might be going through this. You could save them. Now, the next sign reveals something about your body. Sign number 6. Your body is falling apart for no medical reason. This sign proves that psychological destruction isn't just mental. It's physical. Have you experienced any of these? Unexplained headaches, constant stomach problems, mysterious aches and pains, insomnia or sleeping too much, weight gain or loss without trying, skin problems, heart palpitations, weakened immune system. You go to the doctor. They run tests. Everything comes back normal. But you know something is wrong. Here's what's happening. When someone is psychologically destroying you, your body keeps score. Modern psychology calls this somatization. Your mind converts emotional trauma into physical symptoms. Because the pain has to go somewhere. The stress, the anxiety, the constant walking on eggshells. Your body absorbs it all. And eventually, it starts breaking down. Ancient Stoics understood the mind-body connection deeply. Seneca wrote, "The body should be treated more rigorously that it may not be disobedient to the mind." But what happens when the mind is under constant attack? The body follows. If you have mysterious health problems, if doctors can't find anything wrong, if your body is falling apart for no reason, look at who's in your life. Your physical symptoms might be a message. Your body is screaming what your mind refuses to accept. Someone is destroying you, and your body knows it. Sign number 7. The things you once loved mean nothing to you now. Think about what used to excite you. Your hobbies, your dreams, your passions, the things that made you feel alive. Where did they go? If you've lost interest in everything that once mattered, if life feels gray and meaningless, if you can't remember the last time you felt excited about anything, this is soul death, and someone caused it. Dark psychology reveals that destroyers systematically kill your passions. They do this through mockery, making fun of what you love until you stop doing it. Time theft, demanding so much of your time that you have nothing left for yourself. Energy drainage, leaving you too exhausted to pursue anything. Dream destruction, convincing you that your passions are stupid or impossible. And slowly, the fire inside you dies. You become a shell, going through the motions, existing but not living. The Stoics believe that our purpose gives us life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." But how can you enjoy anything when someone has stolen your capacity for joy? If you feel dead inside, if your passions have evaporated, if you can't remember what makes you happy, someone extinguished your flame, and they did it on purpose. Because a person without passion is a person without power. Sign number 8. You don't know who you are anymore. This is the ultimate sign of internal destruction. Answer these questions honestly. What are your values? What do you believe in? What do you want from life? What makes you you? If you struggled to answer any of these, if you feel like a stranger in your own body, if you've lost your sense of identity, you've been erased. Not killed, erased. The old you still exists somewhere, buried, hidden, waiting. But the destroyer has covered you with so many layers of their reality that you can't find yourself anymore. This is called identity hijacking. Dark psychology shows how destroyers replace your identity with their version of you. They tell you who you are. They tell you what you think. They tell you what you want. And eventually, you believe them. Because you've forgotten the original. Epictetus taught, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." But the destroyer doesn't want you to know who you are. Because if you remembered, you'd leave. You'd recognize your power. You'd see through their manipulation. So they keep you confused, lost, disconnected from yourself. If you don't recognize yourself anymore, if you've lost your identity, if you feel like you're living someone else's life, someone stole you from yourself, and it's time to take yourself back. We're almost at the final sign. But before we get there, I need you to do something. If you've recognized yourself in any of these signs, subscribe right now. Turn on notifications, because what I'm about to share is the key to your freedom. Let's finish this. Sign number 9. The most terrifying sign of all. You defend the person who's destroying you. This is the sign that most people refuse to accept. Think about it. When someone points out that a certain person is toxic, do you immediately defend them? They're not that bad. You don't understand them like I do. They only act that way because of their past. Deep down, they're a good person. If you find yourself protecting the very person who's destroying you, the destruction is complete. Dark psychology calls this trauma bonding. It's when the victim becomes psychologically attached to their abuser. You don't just tolerate them. You defend them. You protect them. You make excuses for them, even when everyone around you can see the truth. This is the ultimate sign of internal destruction, because it means they're not just inside your mind. They've become your mind. You see the world through their eyes. You defend their actions with their words. You've become an extension of them, and you don't even know it. The Stoics warned about losing yourself to another. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Life is long enough if you know how to use it, but you can't use your life if someone else is living it for you. If you defend someone who hurts you, if you make excuses for their behavior, if you can't see what everyone else sees, the destruction is nearly complete. But there's still hope. There's always hope. You've now seen all 9 signs. Let me read them one final time. Sign 1. You feel exhausted around them. Sign 2. You apologize for existing. Sign 3. Your confidence has mysteriously vanished. Sign 4. You've become isolated. Sign 5. You feel like you're going crazy. Sign 6. Your body is breaking down. Sign 7. You've lost your passion. Sign 8. You've forgotten who you are. Sign 9. You defend your destroyer. If you recognized 3 or more of these signs, someone is inside you, destroying you, right now. But here's what I need you to understand. This is not your fault. You didn't choose this. You didn't deserve this. You were targeted by someone skilled at psychological destruction. But now, you see, and seeing is the first step to freedom. The Stoics taught that awareness is the beginning of transformation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." For too long, your thoughts have been their thoughts. Your feelings have been their manipulation. Your reality has been their construction. But now you know, and knowledge is power. You can rebuild. You can rediscover who you are. You can remove the destroyer from your life, or at least from your mind. The person you used to be is still in there, buried, hidden, waiting. And today, you started digging. You made it to the end. That tells me everything about you. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not beyond saving. You're someone who seeks truth, even when it hurts. And that is the definition of strength. If this video opened your eyes, do 3 things. 1. Subscribe to Psyvenix and turn on notifications. We expose the psychological truths that set you free. 2. Leave a comment. Tell me which sign hit you the hardest. I read every single comment. 3. Share this video with someone who needs it. Someone who might be going through this right now. You could save their life. Remember, the first step to healing is seeing. And now you see. Until next time, stay aware, stay strong, stay free. This is Psyvenix.